I've been running my agency for like 5 years now. I used to believe that everything was built off of relationships and over time you could build transactions. What I'm starting to realize is what I've learned is that the best way to do it is actually in reverse. And here's what I mean. It's that if you have a transaction established with somebody and over time they deliver on that transaction, well, then you can start to build a relationship. And what I've learned is that for me personally, I used to go through this a lot where I would build a relationship with somebody and I would almost become friends with them. If you do that in the beginning, over time, if there's a transaction that's taking place that's not up to standard, whenever you try to confront the person, all of a sudden it makes it super awkward. Let's say somebody hires me to do videography for their business and I am a freelancer, and originally we become friends and they say it may be a good idea to hire you, and then they hire me and I start to drop the ball on the transaction that we have established. Because we have this relationship here and our connection is built on that relationship first, oftentimes it makes it hard to have this conversation whenever you're dropping the ball with a transaction. And so what I've learned is that if you establish the transaction first, building the relationship on the back end is a lot easier. And so that's why now as I go into business, as I form new relationships, I always make sure that we are hitting the nail on the head and meeting the expectations of the transaction, because if not, it's easier to find somebody else who can fill that role versus if you have a relationship with somebody and they feel like they're being blindsided because the transaction you have in place, they're not able to hit the mark.